Episode 206. As Han Li listened to the young prince's account, his expression shifted and flickered, from solemn and cold at the start to startled surprise in the middle and finally settling into a face full of confusion and frustration. After confirming that the young prince had indeed revealed all the secrets hidden in his heart, Han Li pondered for a moment, then pulled a prepared black pill from his bosom and, with an utterly expressionless face, stuffed it into the man's mouth. Without so much as a second glance, he turned and left the room, heading for the clear sound courtyard of the Four Friends of Meng Mountain. This single soul-severing pill would let him slip away without a sound. Though Han Li felt a twinge of discomfort at poisoning someone who couldn't fight back, considering the young prince had used over a dozen cultivators in a blood sacrifice for his demonic arts, his death was hardly undeserved. When he arrived at the clear sound courtyard, the Four Friends of Meng Mountain were gathered together with grim expressions, discussing the confessions they had extracted. Seeing Han Li arrive, they all rose to welcome him and guided him to the seat of honor.
How did it go, Senior? Did that young prince have anything to say? If our man here isn't lying, then things might be more complicated than we thought. I learned a great deal from this Chief Steward Wang about the Black Fiend sect. Most of it is trivial, but one piece of information is extremely troublesome. That Black Fiend sect's leader is named Li Poyun. He's been hiding inside the Imperial Palace all along, passing himself off as a eunuch to become the Grand Steward. Even the current mortal Emperor of Yu is already under his control, nothing more than his puppet. Now the Imperial Palace is the Black Fiend sect's lair. They say Li Poyun is currently in secluded meditation.
The dark-faced old man furrowed his brow as he spoke, deeply troubled by the gravity of the situation. After all, even if cultivators looked down on mortals, they still had to tread carefully around the mortal world's highest ruler. Han Li heard this, and though his expression remained unchanged, he too let out a silent sigh.
It's not that I fear the Emperor. It's just that the current Yue royal family is actually propped up by the seven sects together. But because of that, the seven sects have an unwritten rule. No disciple is allowed to set foot inside the imperial city, lest one sect use the royal family as leverage against the others. So for centuries, not a single disciple from the seven sects has set foot inside the Yue imperial city. As long as the Yue emperor didn't commit any grave offense against the seven sects, they would leave him entirely to his own devices. That must be exactly what gave the Black Fiend cult its opening. But since this rule has been in place for so long, even if I did expose the Black Fiend cult leader's true identity, who's to say I'd be forgiven for my trespasses when he storms the Imperial City? Not only would I get no credit, I might even face severe punishment. Such blatant disregard for right and wrong. It's not like the seven great sects have never stooped to that before. Sometimes the authority of certain rules far outweighs the right or wrong of a matter. They simply cannot be violated in the slightest. I have no desire to do something that brings no reward for all the effort.
Han Li was genuinely surprised to have learned the Black Fiend cult leader's true identity so easily. Still, that was a stroke of luck. You see, the relationship between Steward Wang, the young prince, and the Black Fiend sect leader was anything but ordinary. One was the Black Fiend cult leader's cousin, who had saved his life. The other was his sole registered disciple, deeply favored and trusted. Otherwise, in a city as vast as the imperial capital, there's no way two Qi condensation disciples would have been put in charge of the local sect affairs. Han Li was still lost in thought as the dark-faced elder continued his endless stream of words.
We currently have no way of knowing the Black Fiend sect leader's true cultivation level. And on top of that, he has personal bodyguards like the 4 blood servants we encountered today. I estimate that with just our group, we're definitely no match for him. So I suggest you stop provoking them, Senior. Best to wait for reinforcements.
Relax. That Black Fiend sect leader is at most at the late-stage Foundation establishment, nowhere near core formation.
Han Li's words made the dark-faced old man pause, then a look of joy spread across his face. The others also breathed a sigh of relief.
I don't know why Senior Han is so certain, but since he says so, it's probably 90% right. Just a moment ago, we were discussing how if the enemy turned out to be a core formation cultivator, we'd have no choice but to tuck tail and run.
Senior, can you explain this? That steward Wang we interrogated had no idea about the Black Fiend sect leader's cultivation level.
Fourth brother, what kind of talk is that? Since Senior Han has said so, he must be absolutely certain.
There's nothing secret about it. I deduced it from the fact that this so-called cult leader still needs Foundation establishment cultivators for a blood sacrifice. Although Yellow Maple Valley doesn't dabble much in demonic techniques, we do have some understanding of blood sacrifices, a shortcut that forces growth before its time. This kind of demonic art is common among the devil sects. It allows a cultivator to vastly increase their magic power in a very short time, skipping most of the arduous meditation and bitter training. So there was a period in the cultivation world where not only demonic cultivators, but even many righteous sects secretly practiced this kind of technique. But this insane cultivation method requires not only the ruthless slaughter of countless other cultivators, but its flaws are also fatal. First, once you perform the blood sacrifice, you're doomed to never form a core. You'll be stuck at Foundation establishment forever. And whenever you devour another's magic power through the ritual, there's a high chance of backlash. One slip, and you'll die from chi deviation. Of course, the main reason this technique vanished without a trace was that devouring others' vital blood was simply too taboo for other cultivators. But later, word has it that the demonic cultivators, unwilling to part with such a rapid method of advancement, devised a new cultivation technique instead. This method no longer directly devoured the blood essence of others. Instead, it targeted a cultivator's origin soul. They say its cultivation speed isn't as explosive as the original blood sacrifice, but it also avoids the dangers of core formation and backlash. It's called the soul sacrifice. As for the soul sacrifice, our sect's records don't say much. All I know is that from the moment it was created, it was kept strictly within the upper echelons of the demonic path. They never let it spread widely. That way, they avoided the cultivation world's crackdown.
Han Li laid out so many secrets of the blood sacrifice in one breath, which truly opened the eyes of the 4 rogue cultivators of Mount Meng. At the same time, they understood why Han Li was so certain that the Black Fiend sect leader was only at Foundation establishment. Clearly, the blood sacrifice method the Black Fiend sect used was the first kind.
We've got a good read on their general situation now, but that bald brute got away. The Black Fiend sect definitely knows our hand too. What if they cut their losses and abandon their lair right now? If that happens, they'll go from being in the open to hiding in the shadows. That would put us at a serious disadvantage.
No, the Black Fiend sect won't flee immediately. I learned from that young prince that the Black Fiend sect's leader is currently in a critical phase of secluded meditation. He needs to use a yin-aligned cave within the Imperial Palace to complete his work. I heard the sect leader spent years preparing for this cultivation session. There's no way he'll abandon it halfway. Right now, they're probably conserving their strength, tightening their guard against me.
Hearing this, the 4 friends of Meng Shan perked up, a flicker of excitement crossing their faces.
This, Senior, what should we do next?
From here on out, we do nothing. We simply wait for reinforcements. They know what we look like, but they don't know where we're hiding. And the ones running the capital operation, those 2 talismans we've got right here. The Black Fiend sect couldn't spare any capable hands to come after us even if they wanted to. Still, everyone needs to be careful. No going out for now. Rest up inside the estate. We'll plan our next move once the reinforcements arrive.
Han Li raised a hand, rubbed his nose. Then the corners of his mouth curled up slightly, his eyes narrowing into thin slits. At that moment, the faint, knowing smile on his face left everyone else in the room utterly bewildered and deeply puzzled. The Yu Kingdom's imperial city sprawled across a full fifth of the capital, Yujing, and a third of that area was swallowed whole by the glittering, gold-adorned Forbidden Palace. It was now the third watch of the night. The vast palace, once bustling with eunuchs and maidservants scurrying to and fro, had transformed into a fortress of vigilance, sentries posted every 5 paces, guards stationed every 10. Yet, despite this, a figure wrapped head to toe in a billowing cloak, holding a golden token, swaggered past layer after layer of imperial guards, all the way to a desolate, cold palace deep within the Forbidden City. This man was toweringly tall. Gazing at the gloomy palace door, the mysterious figure suddenly shrugged off his cloak, revealing a massive, gleaming, bald head. Ah, it was that bald-headed brute who got away from Han Li. He had now regained his original appearance, but his face was pale and bloodless, as if his vitality had been severely drained.
Who?
The bald man had barely taken 2 steps forward when a voice, frigid as winter itself, cut through the hall from behind the doors.
It's me.
The bald giant didn't slow his pace, covering the ground to the front gate in a few strides.
So it's Iron Luo back from a mission. But why are your steps so unsteady and your voice so weak? Don't tell me the great magic tool-proof, fire and water immune Iron Luo actually took a beating.
What do you know, you cold-hearted bastard? The one I ran into this time was a real tough nut. Forget me alone. I reckon even if the 2 of us went at him together, we wouldn't come out ahead. If I hadn't been quick enough to transform into a demonic beast beforehand, I'd have left my life there.
You used your demon avatar. No wonder your vitality is this drained. It'll take at least half a month of bitter cultivation just to get back to normal. But to push you this far, that opponent must be something special. Care to tell me about it?
Let me report to the sect leader first and confess my fault. I'll tell you the details after. This time, even the sect leader's nominal disciple fell into enemy hands. I have no idea what punishment awaits me.
Tai Luo, you know as well as I do that we're different from the others. The sect leader and I are of one heart and mind. Why would he punish us harshly? At most, a scolding, that's all.